Micky, a very warm welcome to Field Mill. Firstly, what are your first impressions of the club?
Obviously, they're a very big club, a lot of history. Obviously, it's only been a few years since they're at the Football League. It's got a great fan base with a lot of potential, and that's what has attracted me to come.
Let's talk about you then, in your playing career, as well as your coaching career. What is your resume in brief?
Left school at 16. Went to a club not far from here, Derby County. Had 3 years there as a YTS and then a professional. Then went on to Swansea for 3 years. I was unfortunately had to finish playing through a back injury at Swansea, and then went into non-league. Played in the conference with Telford, Stafford Rangers, Moor Green as it was then, and then when I got my coaching qualifications, got my UEFA A licence when I was 29, and decided to finish playing and concentrate on coaching really.
What about your managerial experience? What managerial roles have you had in the past?
I went to Solihull Borough as manager before the merger with Solihull Moors. I was manager there when I was 32. I was there for 1 year. Then I went to Stratford Town, had a few seasons there as manager, and then I went to Reading United as assistant manager, and then got offered the manager's job there but turned it down, and then went to Solihull Moors as assistant manager, where I was last season. Unfortunately, the manager was ill during that year and unfortunately passed away, Bob Faulkner, in February. But from about November time, Bob was going through chemo and that, and was unfortunately not around at the club. So I officially took over as manager in April, but I was running it basically from November.
Research tells me that it was a very successful season there at Solihull Moors.
Yeah, I mean the club, I think previously have always been in the bottom 4, bottom 5, bottom 6.
That's at the Blue Square North, isn't it?
The Blue Square North, and then we went on an 18-game unbeaten run. I think it's equal record for that standard of football with obviously Eastwood, where the gaffer was last year, and Southport. We finished in the top 7 for a club of our size and playing budget and everything. You know, it was the highest they've ever finished in their history. So it was a fantastic season. In that time, we sold 2 players who obviously have moved on now to playing the Conference Premier, and a centre forward who's just signed a 2-year contract with Oldham.
When did you first come across Paul Cox?
I've known Paul for a few years, obviously, you know, obviously his time at Eastwood and then my time as a manager and as a coach. He's had a fantastic career as a manager, and we've always got on really well. We both sing off the same hymn sheet in terms of how we want our teams to play, and obviously when he got this opportunity, he asked me to be involved.
Was it difficult to leave Solihull?
Yeah, it was difficult to leave Solihull. It wasn't something that it was. It's local to where I live, and you know, to achieve what we did last year, I was starting to build something. But there wouldn't have been many clubs or that I would have left Solihull to come to. But when Paul told me of his interest here, and obviously, you know, when I was at Derby, Mansfield were a Football League club, and obviously there was quite a few players from Derby who came. You know, I think Stuart Adley, Tom Curtis, 1 or 2 others I think came here, and I've always known that it's had that great potential. And when I came down and seen what Paul's thoughts were for the year and where the club wanted to go, it made life a lot easier for me.
Where do you want to go with this club?
What we want to do is we want to get some stability. You know, we've brought in. The gaffer's brought in some very good players, and we feel next year we can be there or thereabouts challenging. You know, we're not here to make the numbers up, or you know, here for a nice little journey. We want to be in around them playoffs and challenging and get the club back into the Football League.
And what roles and responsibilities have you been given?
Obviously, being an A licensed coach, and a lot of what I'm doing is coaching. You know, the gaffer will manage the club, and then I'll be responsible with himself for the coaching. Obviously, you know, scouting players, scouting opposition, but a lot of my work we done on the training field. in terms of getting them physically, mentally, tactically right for a Saturday and a Tuesday.
As you've just said, most of your work will indeed be on the training ground, and therefore you'll be dealing mostly with the players. What can they expect of you, Micky?
What I would say is, I expect on the training ground, it's a place of work. It's not a place where it's going to be a train. They come to train, but a lot of what I do is coaching. I want to improve the players. A lot of them, we've got some very experienced players signed, and they can still learn. I want to create an environment that they want to come to work and enjoy it, and we'll expect high standards. We'll be well organised, we'll be fit, we'll be disciplined. If you just look at both my record and the Gaffer's record, all our teams have been that way. And the players will buy into it. And because they'll want to be successful. The players that we've signed have all got a hunger and a desire to wanting to do well.
So what type of adjectives would best describe you as a coach?
I'd say my sessions and everything I'll do will be game related. There'll be a purpose with everything that I do. And a lot of what we'll do will be a work ethic. We will expect a massive high work ethic here. I think supporters who pay their money, they'll accept players not having a good game because they're human beings. They'll make mistakes, but the one thing that I will guarantee, and so will the Gaffer, is they'll be organised and they'll work hard. They'll give 100% in every single game they give, and if they don't win the game, it won't be because of effort and commitment and desire. It will be that on that given day we haven't played well enough, or the opposition are better than us.
What's your philosophy on the game?
Win. Just to win.
By any means?
Yeah, just win. I want to win football matches. Everyone has an opinion on football. Everyone has a style of football and what's right. The best style of football is a winning one. You look at Arsenal, fantastic team, haven't won nothing for 6-7 years. And it's all about winning. And we want to bring a winning mentality to the team, to the club, and on a Saturday and a Tuesday, just win football matches.
What would you ask of the supporters?
I'd say to be patient. Obviously, they've had 2 managers in the last 12 months, and there's going to be no quick fix. If you look at the amount of players we've had to bring in, it's going to take time to gel. The league is over, 46 games. It's not going to be won or lost in August and September, October. It will be a process, and there'll be a lot of twists and turns, highs and lows. What I'd say to them is, don't judge too early. Regardless, we could go on a fantastic early run. Don't get too excited. If we're not where you'd like us to be early doors, don't get too deflated, because it's a process. And we honestly believe that with the players that we're bringing in over the season, we'll be there or thereabouts.
Micky, congratulations on your appointment. Thanks for your time, and I really do wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you.